Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of EETV, where I strive to bring everything in entertainment. We have a lot to talk about with Trigun, and we're going to tell you what episode 6 revealed. Okay, small predictions, speculations coming up. Let's get right to it. I think after episode 7, Wolfwood will start seeing things in Vash the way Vash does, but he's going to do this very slowly and over time. And the reason why, because we see the predicament he was left in at the end of episode 6, being forced to choose between all life, between the people he knows, the people he don't know, and innocent bystanders, etc. So that's why I think what's going to happen with Wolfwood, and he will slowly start changing his mind and lean more towards Vash's side instead of the Eye of Michael. The next speculation. The red plants are being taken for Knives' plans, and I think they have to do with the emergence of new sentient plants. Like I said before in previous videos, I do think that the young girl that we've seen with Priest William is a plant, and she was able to be, I would say, born out of one of the red plants, the ones that are no longer functioning. And I think the rest of the red plants serve a purpose towards Knives' plan. The next speculation. Wolfwood being able to withstand mind control is linked to his compatibility with the drug, because he's ranked S+ as far as compatibility with the drug, because the drug has some negative side effects, but it works specifically well with him, and I think it goes hand in hand with his resistance to mind control. Also, along with this, the cyan colored liquid, the drug, I think is manufactured from plants that are still functioning, because they're the same color as the plants that are still functioning. So I think Knives is using the quote-unquote still living plants to take the essence, or perhaps still harvesting the plants and using that cyan-colored drug to be used as a cure-all for his army. The next speculation I have for you, Sazi the Beast. I mean, the people who already read the manga should already know this. Sazi the Beast is more like he was in the manga instead of the first adaptation of Trigun. In the manga, Sazi the Beast are like the insects that are native to this world, and they're sentient, and they have a hive mind, and Sazi the Beast is the hive mind, and he is more like he was in the manga. So that is a plus, and we get to dive more, because a bunch of sentient insects working as a hive mind, working together as a unit, and can take human form and then switch back to insects. I always found that concept pretty cool, and I'm glad they are exploring it here on Trigun Stampede. The next speculation I have for you, and the stuff that episode 6 have revealed, Wolfwood will eventually break through to Livio, just the same way how Vash broke through to Rolo. But as soon as that happens and they have that moment of brothers being together, I do think Blue Summers will kill him, and that will further solidify Wolfwood leaning more towards Vash and siding with him instead of Knives' side and the Eye of Michael. So the death of Livio is going to solidify that. I do think that may be coming up on episode 7. Also, since we already seen episode 6 when Blue Summer sabotaged the sand steamer, the Humpback, we saw that it was blown off. It was the damaged axle threw it off course, and now it's heading towards Hopeland Orphanage. We found out in episode 6 that Hopeland Orphanage is used as to find test subjects that are compatible with the drug. And even if they're not very compatible, you know, they use those test subjects to be in Knives' army to serve his purposes. Next speculation that I have for you. Now, this is something that I came up with, and you can definitely see this in episode 6 because it was revealed. Now, you know Vash, and you know Vash is more than just a couple hundred years old. And given to what we saw that Nicholas D. Wolfwood went through in episode 6, this can be revealed. Let's take a look at it from Vash's side first. Vash is a sentient plant. He grows slowly, but he somewhat has a mind of a child, even though he's older than every single human being living on the planet. And the reason I said this is because if you look at that fight scene between Vash and Livio, you can see how he really wasn't trying to hurt him. He could have easily taken that gun, and even though we know Vash wouldn't have killed him, he could have used it to attempt to knock Livio out by, hit him with a butt stroke or, pistol whip him. But he didn't do that. You see, when he took out the gun, he kind of forearmed him to the ground, but he didn't even hit him. So you see something, you can see him holding back and like trying to hold on to life and like, no, he's still good, I can't hold him. Vash didn't do that, even though he's in these dire straits. But on the other hand, if you look at Wolfwood and you've seen what he's been through, Wolfwood has an accelerated growth because of the experimentation he's been through at the hands of Priest William. And he has the mind of an adult, even when he was a kid, because you saw him easing his pain and his suffering through, smoking of that worm leg. And you can see it probably gives him a buzz because you saw the bright pink and fluorescent liquid, and not liquid, but the mist of the smoke that came out after he was smoking the worm leg. So you can see he had more adult behavior because of what he'd been through. Wolfwood has the mind of adult, even though he's much younger than Vash, and he has accelerated growth, so he grew faster. So you can see how Vash and Wolfwood is yin and yang. Vash is bright, his hair is blonde, the color is a red color, which stands out greatly, especially in that big giant desert wasteland. But on the other hand, Wolfwood, dark hair, dark clothes. Vash, I'm going to reiterate this, Vash grew much slower, but everything's bright and cheery. Wolfwood grew much faster, everything is dark because of what he went through. So they're like yin and yang. So I found that interesting, how Vash is much older, but he's still kind of childlike so much, and is using that, what Rem taught him, his mother figure, about all life is sacred, and him trying to hold on to that childish dream. And then Wolfwood, seeing in more so the underside of humanity, knows that not all problems can be solved with words, and you might just have to hurt somebody every once in a while because he went through. And along with him being younger, but you can see not only was his mind grew up fast to match his body, but because of what he went through, he realized that certain things that he had to do to survive, because he basically put everything out there to stop other children from having to go through the same process him and Livio went through. And that was a very adult decision for someone so young. It can be speculated. Now, we can only say this. Priest William states in episode 6 that Wolfwood only took a few months into the process was completed with the accelerated growth. So if you just take it literally, a few months, let's just say 2. Okay, just say 2. So, and we can argue that Wolfwood is maybe 9 or 10, so we're just going to go with 10. And I think it's somewhere between 8 and 10, but we're just going to go on the higher side. So we're just going to go with 10, right? Wolfwood's 10 when he goes through all this. And then 10 years old and 2 months, now he's in the body of a full adult. Now, we don't know how much time has passed since the end of his experimentation to where he is now with Vash on the sand steamer. But let's just say roughly, he looks very experienced about what he's gone through. So let's just use just a roundabout number. We'll go with the classic movie trope that shows a great passage of time but cut in half. So we'll go with 5 years. So basically, if you're talking about if he would have grown up without the experimentation, then Wolfwood would have been somewhere between the ages of 15 and 20 as he is right now. But because the accelerated growth, he has the body of a full-grown adult when he should probably be 15 and 20. Given that how much time has passed, he had to do a lot of growing up, and you see how he is used to be the Punisher, what the nickname that Legato Blue Summers has given him, and he's basically being sent on this mission not only to protect Vash from one of the gun-ho guns, no longer gun-ho guns, from one of the members of the Eye of Michael now, going too far. And he's used as, like I said in my last video, Wolfwood is being used as a failsafe so Vash is not killed before his time, before he can release his gate. And also, you can also see him as Vash runs into different people. You can see if you fail knives, then that means death. You see, Rollo was killed by Wolfwood. And I think other gun-ho guns will be no longer gun-ho guns. Other members of the Eye of Michael will be executed by Nicholas D. Wolfwood on the spot if they fail knives. And once again, you can also see this in episode 6 when Blue Summers, when he said he'll be used to take out all the fugitives, all the rebels, and all the losers. And we saw the fugitives, that means the people who were on Knives' side but decided to turn against him. All of the losers are like Rollo, the ones that they considered a failed experiment or a failure in some way. And then all the rebels, the ones who never joined Knives' side and always opposed him. So that's what episode 6 revealed. It revealed a lot. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I say we should let it go into the end of the series and see what has transpired. Like I said, only 6 episodes in, we have to see more. Do I think personally, in my opinion, that would this outdo the original adaptation? No. But what I hope this does is the goal of all anime. If you haven't read the manga, you should read the manga. Because I know we're only 6 episodes in, but right now, Trigun Stampede is pulling more out of the manga than we've seen in the first adaptation, but only in the first 6 episodes. Out of the very first 6 episodes, if you're comparing the first adaptation and the second adaptation, Trigun Stampede, has taken more out of the manga in 6 episodes than the first adaptation. We can't say it is a series in whole because we're only 6 episodes in, but we should hold on. But those who don't like this adaptation, definitely check out the manga. You'll definitely like it. It goes more into it. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.